Faris never thought it would happen to him. He had been married for 10 years to a woman who stood by his side through everything. She was kind, patient, the mother of his children. And yet, here he was, battling a feeling he never expected. He had fallen for someone else, and it was tearing him apart. At first, it was nothing. A harmless conversation, a casual friendship. But then, he started looking forward to her messages. He felt understood in a way he hadn't in years. The excitement, the attention, it was intoxicating. Guilt gnawed at his heart, but his desires kept justifying it. I'm not doing anything haram. I never crossed the line. I'm just talking to someone who gets me. But deep down, he knew this wasn't right. One evening, he came home late. Sarah greeted him with her usual warmth, but he barely met her eyes. She sensed it, the distance, the silence. And then, one night, he heard her crying in sujood. That broke him. He found himself at the masjid speaking to an elderly imam. He told him everything. The imam listened quietly, then finally said, "You think this is love?" Faris nodded, ashamed. The imam sighed. "My son, let me tell you something about love. Love is not just excitement, nor is it a passing emotion. Love is tested in hardship, in patience, in loyalty. Love is when your wife stayed up at night rocking your sick child to sleep while you rested. Love is when she overlooked your flaws and prayed for you instead of exposing them. Love is not what makes your heart race, it's what makes your soul rest." Faris looked away, his chest tightening. Shaytan decorates what is haram to make you forget the blessing of what is halal. If this woman was truly meant for you, why didn't Allah place her in your life before you married your wife? Why now, when it's nothing but a test? Faris had no answer. The imam's next words struck him like lightning. Do not trade 10 years of loyalty for 10 minutes of temptation. That night, Faris sat beside his wife as she slept, tears falling from his eyes. He almost lost something priceless for something temporary. The next day, he made a decision. He cut off the unnecessary conversations. He started praying Fajr in the masjid. And for the first time in years, he held his wife's hand and whispered, "Jazakallah khair for everything you do." Sarah looked at him, surprised. And then she smiled. Love isn't about finding someone new. It's about seeing the one Allah already blessed you with, in a new light. And do not approach adultery. Indeed, it is an outrage and an evil way. Surah Al-Isra 32. Don't let Shaytan trick you into chasing a mirage, because true love is already in your home.